So you want to know how multifamily real estate investing works. Today we're going to talk about what the difference is between multifamily and single family real estate and how multifamily properties are valued. We'll also talk about how you can invest in multifamily properties passively, so you'll want to watch till the end of this video. If you're new to the channel, I'm Ariane and I retired with investment income at the age of 27, and I made this channel to help good people like you learn how to actually build true wealth and financial freedom. All right, on to the video. When I say multifamily properties, I mean ones that are 5+ unit properties. 2 to 4 unit properties are small multifamily and are technically still valued like single family properties. Single family properties and 2 to 4 unit properties are valued based on comparable sales, meaning that if a 3-2 house in the area sold for $300K, then most other 3-2 houses in the area will likely sell around the same range. However, multifamily properties 5+ units are valued in a different way. They're valued based on their net operating income, or how much income they can generate. So here's a simplistic example. Let's say you have a 20-unit property, right? So let's write it down. We have a 20-unit property at 123 Main Street, and that gets you a net income, a net operating income of $20K a month, and that is worth $4 million. Another property at 124 Main Street is also a 20-unit property, and they're very similar, except 124 Main Street only gets $10K a month in net profit, and therefore 124 Main Street is only worth $2 million. So even though they're almost the exact same thing, they're both 20 units, they're literally right beside each other, they're both the same size, built in the same time frame and all that, because 123 Main Street is getting more rent, less expenses, meaning they have more net income, it's worth double what the exact same property is worth right next door. Whereas in single family, that's not the case. There's almost no way one 3-bed, 2-bath house would be worth double the exact same house right beside it. Because in single family, properties are valued based on comparable sales, not income. Now, if you want to learn about how to analyze single family rentals, here's a video with my free rental calculator, and I'll put that in the description below as well. So now back to the 20-unit examples, right? So the 20 unit that was getting half the net income a month, they could create a business plan to increase that, and they would essentially make their property worth $2 million more. That's the beauty of large multifamily investing. You as the owner are in control of the value of your property. How well you run your operations, how well you increase your income, and how well you decrease your expenses mean that your property is actually valued more. And if you want to sell it, you can sell it and make that extra $2 million like the examples we had above. Now, the formula for calculating the value of a multifamily property is this. It's net operating income divided by the market cap rate equals the property value. Net operating income is also referred to as NOI. So just so you know the terminology there. So that's how multifamily properties are valued. Now you're like, well, how do I get net operating income? So net operating income, which is NOI, is just annual income minus annual expenses. So there you go. That is how multifamily properties are valued. Now, the market cap rate that we were talking about earlier here, that is dictated by the market. And the best way to get that is by asking a commercial real estate broker in that area or a local commercial property investor, and they should be able to tell you what the cap rate is for a particular property that you're looking at. The more popular a particular area is, the lower the cap rate, meaning investors are okay with a less return. And the less popular an area is, the higher the cap rate, meaning because the area is not as popular, investors want a higher return. So let's use the 20 unit example above, and let's use these calculations for that. So let's just say that 123 Main Street. So 123 Main Street. Let's say that they're getting, and as we remember, it's a 20 unit property. Let's say that they're getting $2,000 a month per unit. And so if we multiply 2,000 a month times 20 units times 12, we get $480,000. Oops. We get $480,000 in annual income. Now, let's say that their expenses are 50% of their income, or $240,000. So these are expenses. Then the remaining is $240,000. This is their net operating income, or NOI. Right? So there we go. Now we have the net operating income, and then for that property, we can figure out what the property value is by doing the other equation here. Net operating income divided by cap rate equals property value. And let's just say that the cap rate in the area is a 6 cap. So now we're going to take the net operating income divided by a 6% cap rate equals that $4 million, which is what the valuation was, right? So that's how we arrived at the property value of $4 million. And if for some reason they could increase the rent or decrease the expenses, the value of this property could go up. And that's the beautiful thing about multifamily investing in the 5+ unit range, because the better you operate the property, right, the more income you get and the less expenses you spend per year, the higher your valuation is. Meaning if you sell the property, you make more money. If you refinance the property, you get more cash out refinance proceeds, and you get more cash flow each and every month. We are 95% in control of how the property does, because if we operate it well, our value goes up, our cash flow goes up. We as investors are happy, our partner investors are happy, everybody's happy, right? So yeah, we actually personally own 50 units just ourselves in our local area, and we co-own over 2,000 multifamily units with our partner investors. If you want to just passively invest in multifamily properties without having to find deals, manage renovations, manage the properties, and more, you'll want to invest in multifamily syndications. This is where you partner with active operators for these types of multifamily deals. The active operators, or general partners, they do all the work and you just sit back and collect the distributions. Check out my whole playlist about real estate syndications up here and in the description below. So we do our own multifamily syndications as well, where we are the active partners. If you want to learn more about that, sign up to the investor list below. It's going to say something like Invest with Ariane, so sign up to that if you want to learn more. We also have a free Facebook community called Faster Financial Freedom, so make sure to join that. And we have a free Wealthy Weekly newsletter, so you can have more resources on investing and building wealth. Sign up to that below. And for those of you who want one-on-one coaching or consulting about multifamily and real estate investments, we have a premium wealth accelerator program where we help busy professionals create financial freedom with passive income in just 1 to 3 years. So check that out at wealthgym.com. Check that out in the description below as well. And if you're on Instagram, please connect with me at the Ariane Lemire. I will link to that below as well. All right, well, thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys. I will see you at the next video.